Hey there. So I'm getting some church time in while I still can here in St Mary's, Walthamstow, oldest building in Walthamstow. Um, this morning I've been thinking about the male initiation or lack of it. You know, once upon a time, not so long ago, pretty much any time before the industrial age, men had a way of coming into the world. For some reason, it doesn't seem apparent that sort of like, women necessarily need this. With women, there's the onset of puberty, there's menstruation, a woman has a clear sense through a physical manifestation of what happens to her body that she's changing from a girl to a woman. But with men, it seems to be quite different. And no matter which civilization you look at, whether it's Aboriginals or Vikings or American Indians or whatever the PC term for them is these days, there's five clear stages, and I'm getting these from Richard Raw, who's a Franciscan friar and who's been a great mentor of mine. And he said the stages are these are the life lessons you have to learn to cross the bridge from becoming a boy to a man. One is you're not important. Two, your life is not about you. Three, life is hard. Four, you're not in control. And five, you're going to die. And those are all encapsulated in initiation rituals across cultures. I mean, pretty much, the same thing happens. The little boy's wrenched away from his mother and the women folk, and there's a lot of screaming and squealing and lamenting, and he's put amongst the men folk, and they make him drink beer or some other ungodly hooch, and they strip him naked and they give him a bit of a beating, a hazing, and then they give him a stick and they send him out, and he has to sort of look after himself. And generally doesn't do too well, so he comes back half dead, and they cut the end of his dick off, and so those five lessons come in pretty hard. Life is painful. You're not in control. It's not about you. You're not important, and you're going to die. And then lo and behold, you become a man, and we don't have those today. I mean, some of those lessons I picked up in recovery, but others, I'm still coming to terms with them, and I'm lucky that I've got strong male mentors and good friends, people in fellowship, and people that I've met in my career who've helped me understand some of those critical lessons. So I thought I'd share that with you, and now it's time for lunch in the village.